Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another patch notes reading, this time for patch 6.58 that debuts today, the 19th of March 2024. With 6.58, you've got a number of additions and refinements to the game, including PvP adjustments, as well as strengthened echo effect in the Pandemonium Anabasio Savage mode difficulty raid. In 6.58 then, included in the playable content section, the EXP gained by trust NPCs has been increased. This is applicable to the Tower of Zot, the Tower of Babel, Vanaspati, Kistis Hyperborea, and the Aishia scope. These dungeons are obviously part of the MSQ, and as a result of that, your EXP for your trust has gone up. So if you're still leveling your trust NPCs up, this is great news. Additionally to this, a number of elegant tomestones of causality available as a reward for completing 2 rows in Wondrous Tales has been increased from 500 to 1,000. If you're still working on your causality, maybe for the Mandeville weapons, this is also great news. The battle system changes then. The Abyssal Fracture on Extreme has been moved from the Raid Finder to the Duty Finder, and the drop rate for the links of Abyssal Grief Flute in Abyssal Fracture Extreme has been further increased. This item, they say, can also be purchased in exchange for totems, finally in Nezvaz in Radzatan, for 99 of those Void Vessel totems. If you're waiting to get your links of Abyssal Grief and you have lots of totems, now you can finally exchange those. The weekly restrictions on receiving Unsung Blades of Anabasios from Anabasios the 12th Circle has been removed. If you're looking to actually get these and get a decent weapon for your ults, perhaps you want to go in there and you don't want the Hildebrand weapon or haven't started that, this is a great option as well. The strength of the echo granted in Pandemonium Anabasio Savage has been increased. This goes up to a 15% potency increase. This applies to maximum HP, damage dealt, and as well as healing. Unlike other instances, the strength of the echo will not increase in the event all members are incapacitated. This is just a flat echo increase. The following adjustments have also been made to Thalia, one of the Myths of the Realm dungeons. The weekly limit on rewards from treasure coffers has been removed, so if you want to go in there and roll on glamour basically for the future, you totally can. And the weekly limit on Thalia coins has been removed. This is especially useful for upgrading your gear if you want a last-ditch effort of upgrading your gear before Dawn Trail, or maybe giving you a head start. This is the patch you have been waiting for. Hallelujah. The item required to enhance equipment purchased with Allegan Tomestones of Comedy, the Divine Solvent, can be purchased from the following vendors. This can be acquired from Nezvaz with an Aglaya coin, Eurosign coin, and a Thalia coin respectively, or 3 of those for one of those Divine Solvents. This allows you to upgrade your weapon. Your tome weapon. Upgrading equipment then. After acquiring the items to enhance your equipment from Jalashshai, Wilmetta or Nezvaz, speak with Kaldin in Radzat-Han, which is X 10.9, Y 10.4, and exchange them for augmented gear of your choice. This is long awaited, and quite honestly, it's about time. I can't wait to upgrade some of my gear for some of my alternate jobs. PvP changes then, very light on changes. However, there is a new season, so you can expect some changes to PvP itself, but major ones will come obviously in the expansion. Further explanations of the PvP action changes and adjustments can be found in a job guide, and they show a link to that. But directly we have changes to Paladin. We've got Holy Sheltron, Confitia, Blade of Faith, Truth, and Valor being changed. Sheltron then, the barrier effect duration has been reduced from 5 to 4 seconds. Its potency reduced from 12,000 to 8,000. The unaspected damage dealt to nearby enemies when the effect expires increased from 100% of the remaining barrier potency to 150. Additionally, the Knight's resolve effect duration has been reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. Confitia, its potency has been increased to 12,000 from 8,000. Faith has been increased to 7,000 potency from 6,000. Truth Blade 8,000 from 7, and Valor 9,000 from 8,000. Obviously, this is going to be an interesting reflection on the feedback that they've been given from Crystalline Conflict. So clearly, this is the way they want to go, at least for now, before major changes in Dawn Trail. Additionally, the other noticed change here is to Dancer with Honing Ovation. It says the attack and barrier potency granted by each stack of Acclaim has been decreased from 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 500, 5,000, 6,000 to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So basically by half on all of the stacks individually. Crystalline Conflict itself then, Season 10 has ended and Season 11 will begin. This is not to be mistaken with Series. Series is any PvP. Seasons are ranked, so if you're not interested in ranked, don't worry about this. Be sure to pick up your various rewards if you've got Bronze tier or higher from the Wolf's Den here at the Seasonal Quartermaster. You can get some different coloured plates, portrait plates, that sort of stuff. And obviously Season 11 will begin with the Season 11 Roman numerals on the traditional plate design. Players will begin Season 11 5 rises lower than the rank at which they finish Season 10. Rising stars will be reset to 0. Again, I haven't got a series, so this is just season. If you want to get some ranked rewards before Dawntrail, this will be your final chance for the Endwalker expansion of that style of upgrades. Plate designs, things like that, and hopefully they bring out some new ones. System changes then. In accordance with the end of a stress test, the Cloud Data Center has been removed from the tier of options on the Data Center selection screen. All worlds on the Oceanian Data Center are now available as destinations in the Data Center Travel menu. This is obviously for the Data Center Travel test for multi-region cross. The Oceanic Data Center will be open for travel starting Monday the 25th of March at around 3 p.m. GMT, 1400 AEDT. Learn more about the Oceanic Data Center Travel. So this is part of that test, and if it is successful, then obviously cross-region will be a thing Dawntrail onwards at some point. Of course, hopefully the Cloud Data Center Travel testing went well. We'll have to wait for more news on that from Yoshi P and the gang when they have a next live letter, most likely. Resolved issues then. So there are issues that have been addressed as of this patch. First of all, there was an issue during the main scenario quest, the Satrap of Radzat Han, wherein Estinian would not be present in the main hall of the Baldessian Annex under certain conditions. That's been addressed. There's also an issue in Alexander the Burden of the Sun Savage, wherein the damage of the enemy action height error was not downscaled. So of course this was doing much more damage than it should have been doing. An issue during Alexander the Burden of the Sun Savage, wherein certain actions did not function properly when targeting enemies. And there's an issue in Crystalline Conflict that's been fixed, wherein the Crystalline Conflict map would continue to display even after unchecking display element in the HUD layout menu. Minor things, but still rather annoying. There was also an issue after completing the seasonal quest Breaking Brick Mountains, wherein players were unable to repurchase the item Thug's Mug from the recompense officer. This is in relation to the Dragon Quest crossover a while ago. Other various issues have also been addressed, but they don't list them here. And the only known issue, or one that is broadcast here, is an issue wherein the description of a Paladin PvP action, Holy Sheltron, does not reflect the adjustments made in 6.58. They say that this is an issue only in the description, and the item, obviously the action, functions as intended with those new changes. And that's pretty much it for the 6.58 patch notes. Note then is the Season 10 ending and Season 11 beginning, with minor changes to PvP in lieu of the expansion where we'll probably see bigger ones, but the biggest news is obviously the Echo for Anabasio Savage, and of course the coins being available from Thalia, as well as the treasure coffers unlocked, and the Unsung Blades of Anabasios from a 12th circle being removed. Very cool stuff. People have been waiting for this for a very long time, so this is a long-awaited patch. It is a minor patch in a grand scheme of things, but if you're wondering, what is this patch today, Meoni? Well, there you go. It's 6.58, and of course, we're leading up to Dawntrail now, so in theory, we should get news about the Final Fantasy XVI crossover soon. At PAX, we actually have a lengthy Dawntrail broadcast that will have a breakdown of all of that information, where Yoshi P and the gang are on stage talking about Dawntrail, giving us hopefully a release date and some other bigger information about the expansion. So much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.